In that situation in the past when I had these hundreds of millions of dollars, I had so much I couldn't even do so little.
Hey there guys, what's up and welcome back to The Success. Competing from 1985 to 2005, globally recognized American boxing legend Mike Tyson reportedly filed for bankruptcy in 2003. Even though the legendary boxer made his comeback at the age of 53, it's hard to ignore how he blew his $685 million boxing fortune on the following priciest items. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any more videos after this. Alright, let's get started. Number 5. Racing pigeons. Mike's passion for boxing stemmed from a childhood incident when he delivered his first punch while defending himself against a bully. In order to escape from the consistent bullying, Mike would often run up to the roof where he developed a deep connection with pigeons. Years later, being the brilliant boxer that he was, Mike obviously began earning in heaps and therefore spent some money on racing pigeons. Since his fascination with the birds, which were often nicknamed as winged rats, was so intriguing, Tyson was even questioned about them during one of his interviews in 2012. The former boxer had almost 3,000 caged pigeons in his garage, some of which cost a whopping $3,000. In 2016, Iron Mike couldn't stop himself from spending even more on fancy pigeons, such as the rare Jansen species spotted in Norway. Buying them all for $15,000, Tyson surely proved that racing pigeons weren't just ordinary birds to him.
Just my first love ever, birds, flying pigeons.
Number 4. Tigers. Turns out, racing pigeons weren't the only kind of animals Tyson was obsessed with. In fact, his 3 Bengal tigers were quite unusually noticeable too. In the mid-90s, during Mike's time being incarcerated, one of his friends told him through a phone call that he could get ferocious and unique tigers for him. Consequently, Tyson ended up spending around $70,000 on each of the tigers at that time. One of these expensive and rare tigers was Kenya and remained Tyson's beloved pet for 16 whole years. When one of Tyson's friends entered his territory by jumping over the fence, it attacked Kenya, who abruptly attacked her, causing several injuries. In compensation, Mike offered his friend a whole lot of cash, $250,000 in particular. Although Tyson eventually sold Kenya, his pet tigers were extremely costly to take care of, since a minimum of $200,000 per year was allotted just to feed them. Moreover, a trained professional who handled the pet tigers whenever Tyson was away cost him $125,000 annually. Today, after wasting a considerable sum of money on a kind of pet that's impossible to be domesticated, Tyson wishes that he had not opted for buying and taking care of the tigers after all.
I'm in prison at the time. So I'm in prison, I'm talking to my car dealer at the time, and he has some...
Number 3. Luxury cars. It's no surprise that once renowned sports superstars and famous celebrities reach the pinnacle of their career, they love to splash some cash on gleaming luxuries such as high-end cars. Mike Tyson is no exception, as he opted to go straight for the most lavish fleet of premium vehicles of his time. At the age of 21, the heavyweight boxing champion celebrated one of his most incredible wins by getting himself a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur, which was priced at $120,000 at that time, which equals to approximately $270,000 in 2020. Another luxury car Iron Mike owned was the Bentley Continental SC, which cost him around $500,000 during the late 90s. However, the most expensive among all automobiles was his Jaguar XJ220, which was priced at $600,000, which roughly equals to $1 million today.
Cars that belong to a friend of mine that's both a friend of ours, and he's discussing if he doesn't pay for these cars,
Number 2. Extensive mansions. Throughout his stellar career, the popular boxer has purchased a range of gorgeous mansions. His Henderson home, which cost him $2.5 million, offered much more privacy along with a homely yet extravagant ambiance. The house consists of 6 spacious bedrooms, a unique cellar, premium marble flooring, a vast garage, and an impressive media room, along with 2 separate casitas outside the main building. In 2003, Tyson reportedly had $23 million in debt, so he was compelled to sell his mansion in Connecticut for $4.1 million. Extending at an area of $50,000, his house had 52 rooms in total, comprising 21 bedrooms, 24 bathrooms, an indoor cinema, conference room, recording studio, basketball courts, a club, and 2 distinct swimming pools as well.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, nothing.
You look good. Smelling good. Smelling good. All right.
Number 1. Jewelry and watches. When his financial crisis became inevitable from the year 2000, one of Tyson's most regretted purchases was the overly expensive jewelry he bought from a jeweler in London. The 3 items that mounted a bill of $630,000 included a blingy diamond watch, a bracelet, and 2 pocket watches. Even though the payment was meant to be made by Mike's manager, the jeweler took legal action when the bill wasn't paid on time. The diamond watch chosen by Tyson was astonishing, with its shiny sapphire dial that cost around $200,000. The bracelet was made from fragments of diamond and pure emerald, which is why this piece of jewelry was priced at $250,000. 2 other luxurious watches created a $230,000 bill for Mike, who was habitual of spending an estimated $100,000 every single month on just jewelry and clothing. Despite the fact that the boxer turned actor has made his financial comeback from bankruptcy, Tyson's numerous controversies and lavish spending depleted his fortune in a way that resurrecting his finances became extremely challenging for him. Well, this brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't liked the video yet, it's never too late to start now. We'll see you in another video real soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.